What's up, y'all? Peace. Um, yeah, I haven't done a video in a while. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me just move away from people. I'm kind of close to Chinatown right now. All right. So much to talk about. Everybody wants to censor everything, right? So, like with this drill shit, for real, I'll be honest with you. You know, there's certain music that shouldn't be played during the daytime. But that's not really censoring. That's just putting certain kinds of songs at nighttime. Me personally, I don't believe in censoring or banning anything. Because, you know, that we all seen what happened. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing this shit when they banned Alex Jones. And then they started banning Trump from Twitter. And I knew that they were just going to use this to go after everybody. Not just, you know, racist people, but they're going to go after people like me, militant people who don't believe in the two-party system, who question everything, who questions all kinds of mandates, including vaccine mandates. And I, you know what I'm saying? We seen this. They took down 2 of my videos. YouTube did, you know? So, you know, and this is where we're going now. Now they trying to ban music. If it's not drill music, I mean, there's other forms of militant music. You know what I'm saying? So are they going to ban Paris? Are they going to ban more political conscious shit? Are they going to ban some of my shit? Like This Is It, which is like kind of being aggressive with saying, you know, shit's about to go down. I wrote that song before the riots and shit. And people could take it either way. If you listen to it, I'm talking about how poor people being put down and shit, and people could take that either way, and they're gonna say, "Oh, that I'm advocating for violence, or I advocated for the riots breaking out." You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't believe in censoring and banning anything. I don't think that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, if you're mad at seeing the shit that you're seeing on social media, then put it like this: social media shouldn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? But it brought out a lot of good, because if it wasn't for YouTube, with all the censoring YouTube does, if it wasn't for YouTube, there wouldn't be like alternative perspectives. You wouldn't know about certain shows that you're never gonna see again that were on PBS that you're never gonna see again. You know what I'm saying? They put that shit on YouTube. So, you know, it's a lot of good. You take the bad with it though, and that's on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they should be censoring or banning anything. So the new mayor, no different than the other mayor. I knew this. Drill music is just another continuation of thug music, which is another continuation of gangster music, whatever you want to call it. But it's just a reflection of what's been going on. And most of the murders that's going on out here in New York City, you know what I'm saying, is not drill related. Some of it is, but most of it is not. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is not. Most of it is drug related, street related. It has nothing to do with drill. Because you got older cats getting killed out here. You got cats that don't even listen to drill getting killed out here. You know, it's a lot of personal shit. So it's not all drill related, you know. Now, if the drill rappers want to kill each other, fuck it, you know. But that's not most of the murder. That's covering up the fact that you can't control the murder rate, because we got homeless dudes pushing women into subway trains. I mean, that's not drill related. And you're not solving the problem of homeless people. You're not solving the problem of, like, people who are mentally fucked up. You're not talking about the real issue, which is drugs. That's the root end of it all. It's poverty, drugs, you know what I'm saying? A demand for it, depression. Heroin has been around since, at least in this country, since the end of the Civil War. Because whenever there's depression and poverty, you're gonna have people who are gonna be suicidal, who are gonna be sad, and they're gonna look to pills, and then the painkiller pills lead to heroin. You know what I'm saying? So as long you're not solving anything. But I mean, the root cause of it is poverty. You know what I'm saying? And stress. But and right after that should be drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the most powerful country in the world. We have military bases surrounding Russia right now. But yeah, we don't got the power to stop all the drugs coming in the country, or stop, or have people get off drugs. I mean, you got out here in New York, Jersey City, parts of Philly, like you could just see rows, LA, rows of just people on, homeless people or people on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, just rows of them. There's a whole blocks of them, you know? I mean, it's fucking crazy. You know, New York City is a big city. But you can go to parts of Brooklyn, especially near the subway stations, parts of Jersey City, parts of Brooklyn, parts of Manhattan, and it's like they're everywhere. Homeless people is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So just banning drill music is not gonna solve anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, banning racism is not gonna solve anything. You can't ban Trump from Twitter. You can't ban Alex Jones. They're not the root cause of all the violence and all. You know, misinformation is misinformation. We have a right to put out misinformation. It's not gonna hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? And then we have a right to correct the misinformation. So I think the Democrats are just power drunk right now, and they're just outdoing the Republicans. And if the Republicans were in power, they'll be censoring me and taking out my videos for speaking out against American imperialism. So either way, I'm fucked. Either way, people like me who believe in freedom of speech are fucked. So we get caught in the middle. People who are against all wars get caught up in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So it's BS. It's BS. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in censoring anything. And as far as the whole Whoopi Goldberg thing, Whoopi kind of got she kind of got what she deserved. You know, karma. But I don't believe she should have been suspended for 2 weeks. Let her say what she wants to say, and then just debate it. Same thing with Joe Rogan. They pulled his episode with Robert Malone. They should have never done that. Spotify should have never done that. Because then they pulled one of his interviews with Kyle Kalinske, and that had nothing. He may have used the N-word in that episode, but it had nothing to do with COVID-19. The only controversial thing he said in that episode, besides the N-word, was Kyle Kalinske, you know, saying railing against Saudi Arabia, which is like a draconian state. They behead women in broad daylight. So those are the only two things I could think of why they put that episode out. But you see where I'm going with this. They put episodes about COVID-19 and about Joe Rogan using the N-word. They're going to put out other episodes, and they're not going to say anything. And you're going to think, oh, it probably had something to do with the N-word or something to do with COVID-19. And it didn't. It had something to do with Saudi Arabia, speaking out against Saudi Arabia, because Spotify does have a business relationship with Saudi Arabia. Now, luckily, they haven't pulled my song, We Want Freedom, from Spotify. I forget, you know, I went on talking about how people in Saudi Arabia and other countries should fight for their freedoms, you know what I'm saying? So luckily they haven't put my songs out. I gotta double check that. But as far as podcast goes, man, see, but this is what I'm saying. It just leads to other censoring everything. You can't censor everything. You know, everything has to be put out in the open for debate. COVID-19 is a scientific debate. It has nothing to do with, you know, censoring. You shouldn't censor anybody. That's a debate between scientists. Nobody's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how people are just, fucking going crazy, power drunk, trying to censor each other. Now you see what happens with Whoopi and The View. You know what I'm saying? So it's just real stupid. It's real dumb. And I think YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, they owe us an apology for censoring or taking out videos. And this is a freedom of speech issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get what they're trying to do. But obviously, you know, they're afraid of the Democratic Party or the Republican Party I'm not afraid of anybody, you know. I don't think we should be afraid of any of them, you know. I think that's ridiculous. But, you know, y'all know how I feel about that. The other videos, they didn't take down all my videos. They only took down 2. But this is how I feel. And at the end of the day, I was right about a lot of things. You know, a lot of people like me were right about a lot of things. And you know, so going back to drill music though, it's just, and for the hip hop heads out there, you know, like drill music is just a continuation. You know, the same people who say drill music is wilding, right? So now I'm speaking into my community, the dudes my age, right? We say, oh, these dudes is wilding. I remember when we used to listen to Mobb Deep. I mean, listen, rest in peace to Prodigy. But we used to listen to the dudes that was listening to Mobb Deep, Onyx, they was wilding out. If you listen to the music, it's no different than what the drill dudes are rapping about. It's the same shit. If you listen to Mobb Deep, they're talking about sticking people up, robbing people, killing people. You know what I'm saying? Onyx, Cash Money Click, the Ja Russo group, Dipset later on, like, and them dudes is all about killing dudes and fucking stuffing in the body bags and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? That's what they was rapping about. So those weren't the golden era of hip hop. The golden era of hip hop was before Onyx, before Mobb Deep. No disrespect. I'm just saying before all that. 92, 91, 90, that's the golden era of hip hop. That's when nobody was really rapping about killing anybody except the dudes that was really living it. Like mob style. You know what I'm saying? They was really living that shit. But the studio thuggery, because you could, I mean, some of them were living it too, or they knew dudes that was living it. But these drill dudes is really shooting shit up, for real. But I'm just saying, you can't, if you was into Onyx or Mobb Deep and Dipset, you can't judge drill music. You know what I'm saying? The golden era was before Onyx and Mobb Deep. That, you know what I'm saying? Before Fat Joe. I would say 90, 91, 92, 89, 88. That's when nobody was really rapping about robbing and killing anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for a few that was really doing it. That's the golden era. You know what I'm saying? Thug era came after that. That's when shit went left. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Pac and Big. That's when shit went left. I know, because I was a teenager through all that. You know? So that's all I wanted to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech. But I do believe that back then I felt the same way. I feel it about it stronger now, because I used to go back and forth with it. Like, maybe gangster music is what it is and it's not so bad. But then I always had this premonition that dudes are gonna feel like they gotta rob or kill somebody just to be in the game. And I was right, because that's what they doing. And that's what the dudes my age were doing, that to get in. Like, them dudes for freestyling a cypher, and then they would just rob dudes you know what I'm saying? And that's what they was doing, you know what I'm saying? Because they felt that that's the way that they get in hip hop. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously that's not the way. Hip hop has nothing to do with streets, you know what I mean? Hip hop came from the streets. So I think I knew it was gonna end up this way, and I still feel the same way now as I felt at that time when I was when I was beginning to hit my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think certain kinds of music should be played at nighttime. You could play it, freedom of speech. You can't ban it. But play it at nighttime in the mix shows. I don't think drill music or any kind of thug music should be getting played in the daytime. I always felt that way. You know what I'm saying? But I've been that way for a long time now. So, you know what I mean? I think about the kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say, man. I keep it short and simple. You know what I mean? Peace.